everyone! By the end of this video, you will have learned when not to use a comma before those conjunctions. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click on the bell button, and leave your like. Let's get the party started! Hi everyone, welcome back to Giseliopedia channel. So in today's video, we will be talking about when not to use a comma before and, but, or so, and more. My name is Gisele Figueiredo. I'm your IELTS coach and grammar instructor. Let's get the party started, right? First and foremost, let's understand when not to use a comma in English. So, never place a comma to separate a subject and a verb. A subject, a verb, or an object. A subject, a verb, and a complement or an adverbial phrase. Never make this mistake in English. So let's take a look at some examples. We have 4 sentences here. I want you to check this sentence out and tell me where are the mistakes. Take your time. See, my older sister is the tallest one. We never place a comma between a subject and a verb. You're telling the truth. We never place a comma between a verb and the object. He left her the key. We never place a comma after a verb and an object or 2 objects. She's going to buy me a book. We never place a comma before a subject and an object. So never commit those mistakes, okay? So now let's talking about the coordinated conjunctions, fanboys. If you haven't watched my previous lesson about when to use a comma before and, but, so, or, please click on this link and watch it, okay? So let's talk about the coordinated conjunctions, fanboys. In my previous lesson, we talked about when to use a comma before those, right? Now, we will be talking about when not to use a comma before those. So, as you remember, and or have got the same comma rules, right? Yes. So, we don't place a comma before and or when those conjunctions join 2 subjects, 2 objects, or 2 complements. And we don't use a comma before them when they separate 2 items in a list. So, and how about so and but? Well, we don't place a comma before but or so when they don't join 2 independent clauses. Again, you gotta go to my first video to learn about dependent and independent clauses if you haven't watched, okay? So, let's take a look at those examples. Jeremy and I have had a fight. In this case, and joins 2 subjects. We leave the comma out. She worked and had lunch. In this case, and separates 2 verbs. Again, we leave the comma out. I need a book and a pencil. And separates 2 items in a list. He left her and his bag at home, and separates two objects, we leave the comma out. And do you want coffee or tea? Or separates two items in the list. In all of those cases, we don't place a comma before them. So, it's basically like that. What's a coordinated conjunction? What is that? A coordinated conjunction splits two independent clauses, and they are called compound sentences. So this is the coordinated conjunctions. Coordinated conjunctions are small words that split two independent clauses, and when they split two independent clauses, we use comma before them. And we don't use comma when the coordinated conjunction starts a sentence. So let's take a look at more examples. I went to the market so I could buy tomatoes. So let's understand this sentence. I could buy tomatoes. Imagine that you go to meet your friend and you tell your friend like that, Sarah, I could buy tomatoes. It's kind of Sarah will ask you, what are you saying? I can't understand. So this sentence doesn't stand by itself. You can't understand its meaning without the first sentence. I went to the market is the independent clause, is the main clause. But I could buy tomatoes is the dependent clause. So in this case, splits one independent clause and one dependent clause. So in this case, so is a subordinated conjunction. We don't place a comma before it. Another example, my daughter is intelligent but stubborn, but splits two adjectives, not two independent clauses. So we don't place a comma before it. Do not walk so fast. So here represents an adverb, so we never place a comma before it. So I went back home. So it starts a sentence. We leave the comma out. The dog is young but well trained. Again, but splits two adjectives. We never place a comma before it. Okay guys, let's go to today's challenge. So as you can see, comma makes a huge difference in a sentence. So share your comments in the section below. What are the differences among those sentences? Call me Susan. Call me Susan. My brother Charlie lives in New York. My brother, Charlie, lives in New York. Share your ideas. Well, it works like this. I have this video on Instagram where I explain that some words in English, they are the same, but they play different roles in a sentence. So that's the case. But maybe a coordinated conjunction, a preposition, an adverb, a noun, even an idiom. It depends on the sentence. So, also maybe a coordinated conjunction, a subordinated conjunction, an adverb, an idiom, and others. So what does it mean? It means that when not to use a comma before coordinated conjunctions, when they are not coordinated conjunctions, when they play a different role in a sentence, when they don't split to independent clauses. So mostly what you gotta do is understanding if this sentence is a independent clause or a dependent clause. Let's take a look at those examples here. My mother, Anna, and her sister are at home. As you can see, we have two commas around the noun Anna. Before and, we place two commas around this noun because it is a non-essential information. What does it mean? That is not completely necessary. The sentence can stand by itself without this information. For example, my mother and her sister are at home. We can understand the sentence perfectly. So Anna, in this case, is a non-essential information. It's not necessary. Another example is, you are, I'm sure, telling the truth. We can say, you are telling the truth, right? It makes sense. I'm sure is a non-essential information, so that's why we place two commas around it. So let's check out those examples here. I cooked the meal but didn't like it. She washed her hands and went out. So as you can see, we don't repeat the subject after but and. But for so and for, we repeat the subject. He was ill, so he didn't go to school. You can omit the subject for but and, but not for so and for. Okay guys, that's all folks. Thanks for watching my lesson. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave your like and share this video with your loved ones. Watch my previous videos as well about parts of speech and grammar and punctuation. Click on the links below to download your free PDF and this presentation, also other resources. See you soon then. Bye bye.